Hey kids, Mr. JJ with your weekly Alive update. Miss you guys. Hope everybody's well. I hope that sometime soon I get to see all of your faces in person. Um, Hopefully at church, maybe in Alive. I'm praying for that. Miss you guys. Hope everybody's well. So we have a new month this month. New month. We have a new element of the month. We have a new verse. And then we'll have some new big ideas, of course. So, element of the month this month is one of my favorites. A lot of people ask me, why are you a Christian, or how do you know that God is real? Well, this element of the month is why I know God is real. The element of the month is creation. Everything God made. Creation is everything that God has made. Everything. The earth we live on, the stars in the sky, the moon, the sun, everything that we see around us, God is responsible for making. He brought it into existence. We can look at Genesis and go back to Genesis, and we can read about the creation of the world, the creation of the fish, the plants, the trees, man and woman, everything that we know here on earth, God created. And we'll get a little bit into how God created that here in a little bit with the big idea. So this time of year, I spend a lot of time in the woods, very early in the morning before it gets light. I'm out looking for some turkeys, we'll say. And I like this time of year because it's very beautiful to be in the woods when everything gets light, the birds start singing, the sun starts coming up. Everything comes to life in the morning because everything's asleep, and then the sun raises up and everything kind of starts singing and moving. And it really reminds me at that point in time that God is our creator. God made all of that, and it all works together so beautifully. So this is one of my favorite times of year because I get to spend a lot of time outside. Leaves are popping, grass is growing, birds are chirping. The sun, I get to watch the beautiful sunrises out in the woods, and it's just beautiful. So it reminds me of that. Element of the month, creation, everything God has made. So let's look at the verse of the month. Verse of the month. I'll be honest, I have yet to fully memorize it. So I'm cheating, guys. Element of the verse of the month is Colossians 1:16. Colossians 1:16. Open up your Bibles. Find Colossians 1:16. Use some memorization tricks with your parents, or tools. I shouldn't say tricks. It's not a trick. But try memorizing this with your parents. Ask for some help. So Colossians 1:16. For him all things were created. For him all things were created. Him being God. In heaven and on earth. All things were created through him and for him. All things were created through him and for him. They all work in his purpose. We need to remember that. So everything, for him, all things were created in heaven and on earth. All things were created by him and for him. That's Colossians 1:16. There's no first Colossians. Colossians 1:16. Everything. Little organisms, tadpoles, algae in a pond, all the little things God created. They were created by him and for him. They all work in his purpose. So I'm going to move along. We're going to go to the big idea. Big idea, what I want you guys to do, since we're not in classes, is ask your parents, go into Genesis. Creation, we go back to the beginning in Genesis where everything was created. We can read about God's creation of the earth and the heavens, even man and woman, us. So the big idea of the week is God spoke and everything was created. God spoke and everything was created. He spoke everything into existence, the oceans, the land, the moon, the stars, the sun. He spoke and it all came into existence. How powerful is that? He opened his mouth. God, our mighty God and creator, opened his mouth, spoke words, and it was created. It's awesome to think about. I talk a lot. I'm a big talker, and a lot of things that I say, I can't create anything by the words coming out of my mouth. There's only one that can do that, and it's our King, it's our God. Kids, love you, miss all of you, thinking about you. Hope you all have a good week. Stay safe, stay well, and jump in to Genesis. I'd recommend getting into Genesis with your parents for this big idea that God spoke and everything was created. God is our creator. Learn a little bit more about that. Have a great week, guys.